Hi, my name is Charmaine Vega, and I want to welcome you to this presentation that I'm going to do. And I wanted to talk to you about pumped for obstacles. And I'm sure you may be thinking about, why did I pick a topic like pumped for obstacles when we had such a year of 2020 and now we have 2021? Well, I want to welcome you to 2021, and I'm looking forward to it. And the reason I want to say I'm looking forward to it is because I don't look at what we have facing us as obstacles. What we all as a country and as a world have facing us is COVID-19. And we may have 20, 21, 22. We don't know how many of those we're going to have because they've already established that they have uncovered or discovered two more that have mutations within them. One has 17 mutations and the other one has 22. So if you look at it from that perspective, we don't know if the vaccine is going to work its magic on what they have, or if it's going to work on the ones that now have emerged. And the general population is probably not going to be able to get the vaccine if they choose to, and I mean choose to, until sometime in the summer or thereafter. And it's going to be with us at least 3 to 5 years, if not 10, if not a lifetime. So people in general may be looking at that as an obstacle. Well, I don't. And the reason I don't is because if you know ahead of time what's going to happen, it's like my mother would say, to be forewarned is to be forearmed. We have already been forewarned. We have been told what is here, what possibly could happen, and how long it could possibly be. We already know that. So what we should be doing is putting a plan of action in place for us as individuals. If each individual did what they should be doing for themselves, especially if they have underlying health conditions, then we may be able to move forward with this and we can have less anxiety. I'll put it that way. It's not that we're not anxious or we're not considering what could possibly happen, but we may be a little bit less anxious. So for me, I'm going to share with you some of the things I've done as it relates to the obstacle, which I call a situation of COVID-19. One thing I've done is, many of you have seen, I have a planner, but within my planner, I have a section that talks about health, nutrition, whatever that may be, and I write out what I think is happening and what should I do. So along those lines, what I do is when I go out, because I know I'm not going to just stay in the house, like a recluse for the rest of my life, I take those precautions. I do take a mask. So I do have a mask that I take, but I wear it properly. So wearing a mask where it's covering underneath your nose is not going to help. Wearing it under your chin, it's not protecting anything. And the reason being is that the virus looks for a port of entry, and it's usually where mucus is. You have mucus in your mouth, you have mucus in your nose, and you have mucus in your eyes. So the mask is going to help with the mouth and your nose, but it's not going to help your eyes. So what I do have, and I didn't put it on my tray here. Oh, I did. Here it is. I also have my glasses. So I have these, which are sunglasses, but I also have glasses, another pair that I can wear that will be inside and outside if I so choose to do that. Or if some of you want to, you can also wear goggles. But that takes care of the glasses, that takes care of the mouth, the nose, and the eyes. However, even if you're wearing glasses, there have been some doctors that have had the other things covered, and they've been on airplanes and things like that. And the only thing they did not have covered were their eyes, and they ended up getting COVID. So in my particular case, what I do is I wear glasses, but if I know I'm going into a place that might be questionable, I also have a shield. So I have a shield, and the reason I wear the shield is because you see this little area right here, that goes right up against your forehead, and that means things can't drop down this way. So now I have my eyes covered, my nose, my mouth, and I then put my hair up, okay? And then I put it all up on top of my head and I put a hat on, right? So now I have my head covered, nothing can go down here, can't get into my eyes, can't get into my nose, can't get into my mouth. I now have taken precautions, so I'm not anxious, I'm not nervous, or any of those things. But in addition to that, I also have gloves that I put on that are throwaway, that I can throw away. I have another pair that I wear, or several pair that are like the plastic ones that you see the food handlers using. I use those, and the reason I use those is because those in particular are cheaper and I can just throw them away, but I use that for the gas tank. So when I have to go to a gas tank, I use that, and then I turn them inside out and throw it away, is what I do. These I use, and then in addition to that, in my purse, I carry a little hand sanitizer, with the proper, percentage. So it's in my purse if I felt like necessary for me to use it there. I carry it in my glove compartment in case I forgot it, the little console between, the seats, I have some in there. I just have little ones all over the place. Even the mask, I have different, masks that might be throwaway. I have it at my front door. So if I have to answer the door and somebody comes, I have my mask on. So these are the precautions that I'm taking so that I don't have that anxiety. And now I can face situations, because remember, I'm not looking at them as an obstacle. I have prepared, I've created a strategy of where I'm now looking at what potentially could happen and where it could happen. So I have all of those things, and I've taken all those precautions. Now, what if there's a situation where I could conceivably catch something? And maybe not. Maybe I just feel like I'm coming on with a cold, or, maybe my throat just feels a little bit sore. And, with all of this going on, the first thing you do is you go, oh my gosh, do I have COVID? Do I have, what do I have? We don't think I could just have a sore throat. We don't think I could just be getting a cold. We think, oh my gosh, it could be COVID, right? That's the first thing that comes to our mind. However, what I do as a precaution, in case that strategy, to put my strategy in place, this is the what if in case, is I also have elixirs. So I have all these different little drops that are good for certain things. Some are good for preventing mucus buildup in your system. But again, I'm starting ahead of time. I don't wait until I get it. I'm starting ahead of time. Why? Because I'm planning. I'm preventing something from happening. I'm doing preventive medicine, if you will, or preventing a situation as best I can. That doesn't mean that it won't happen. That means I'm taking every precaution that I can, and I'm sharing that with other people and saying, hey, this is what I found, can happen over here. And a lot of my friends do the same thing. They'll share with me, they were like, oh, I found this one is much better, or this elixir is better, or this juice is better. Here are all the studies on it. And they're sending me studies all the time to be reading. I'm just bombarded all the time. I tell them, you know what? You guys are bombarding me with so much information. Just give me the cliff notes, read it, and then give me the cliff notes, because you guys are sending me so much at one time that it's becoming hard for me to keep up with it. So I just want, what's the bottom line? What are the results? Just tell me, what are the results of this? So that's what I've been doing. So that's what I try to share with people. I have different ones that's to boost your immune system. My daughters and my grandkids, they do the same thing. But what's very nice is that if I'm questioning something or I'm not sure, I call my mom, because my mom is a certified herbalist. And what's very interesting is sometimes I'll tell my daughters something that they should be doing, and they'll go, that's nice, Mom. Let me call Grandma and see what she says. And I'm like, whatever, you should have asked her first. Why are you coming to me? It's like, if you were going to call her, then go ahead and call her, because she does know a lot, and she does know, she's, older, but she does keep all of this in her head, and she's practicing still every day. So she does share that with us. So that's what I'm trying to tell you, which is why I look at it from that perspective, where I don't get nervous. And the reason I don't get nervous is because I'm taking all the precautions that I possibly can, and I'm sharing those precautions with other people as far as what they can do and how they can do it as a preventative thing before it happens, not once it happens. Even once it happens, there's some things you can do. But again, if we know that there's a potential obstacle, look at it as a potential situation. How can I prepare for the situation so that it is no longer an obstacle? And that's what I want to share with you today, of some of those things that I do. And the other thing that I do is I try to exercise. I try to get out and walk, as much as I can when nobody else is around, so I don't have to worry about everything. I do have my mask with me in case I'm running across somebody else, or I need to cross the street, or whatever that may be. I happen to be, go out at different times of the day when I know it's not going to be that many people walking around where I choose to go. And then I just put my trusty duty shoes on that actually have my name on it. So I'm really proud of these, so I put these on and I go, okay, I'm going for my walk. And, people around who know me, they know that, oh yeah, there's Mama Vega over there. Let's go ask her a question. They know that keep your distance, don't come near me, social distance, stay over there. And I tell people that I want you to be more than 6 feet away. But I didn't put it here, but I also have a personal air purifier I wear around my neck. It's a little square and it has a little light on it and it will signal, but it keeps the air purified at least 3 feet out from you. So I have all these things. I have a personal air purifier that's purifying my air. I have a mask on that's covering my mouth, my nose. Then I have my, eyeglasses on and I have a hat on. That's if I'm just, generally walking. But the hat that I wear is usually going to be one that has a brim. And that way, if something is falling, it's not going to fall down in my glasses. If I have to go into a facility, sometimes if I don't have that on, at least then what I'll do is I'll put the visor on. And the reason for the visor is because it seals it so that I make sure that I'm sealed in all of these places. That happens to be me, what I do. And then I do go into grocery stores. And when I'm in the grocery store, I wear my gloves, so I do all those things because I know the importance of not just protecting myself, but I feel like I'm also protecting other people. So I'm looking out for other people. And I want to just share this little bit with you. And I hope it has given you some insight on something you may want to consider at least and think about. And if you want to hear more of what I have to say, as well as some other experts who will be at the summit, and it's called Comeback Champion Summit, and you can find it at comebackchampionsummit.com. So go ahead, sign up, hurry up, because seating is limited. Not everybody's going to have an opportunity to get in and hear us. So remember, it's comebackchampionsummit.com. And if you want me to be a speaker at something that you're having, you can go to realchampionsleague.com and you can go there and click on it, click on my picture and then say, hey, we would like to sign her up. So I just want to thank you for listening. And I hope this has helped you in any way, shape or form it can, at least giving you something to think about. And, that's what I have for welcoming you to 2021, the year after 2020. Thank you.